guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I have not filmed right here in so freaking long. It feels very weird. But today is our Q&A. I have questions from the giveaway. By the way, I commented back to who won the giveaway and then they never responded. So if you entered that giveaway, make sure to go and check your notifications, check the video to make sure that it wasn't you, because if by probably Friday I haven't got a response, I'm just gonna pick another winner. Okay, let's hop right into it. You know, we're doing the 75k challenge right now though, so if you want to do that, go back a few videos. Okay, let's hop in. First question, how do you do TikTok shop ads? I think someone else asked me to do a full video on this, so I'm gonna do a video on that because there's kind of a lot that goes into it. Hey, so to get to 50k, do we affirm 1,000 times a day? When I did the 50k challenge, I did not give myself 1,000 times a day. For the 75k, I am doing 1,000 a day, but for the 50k, I just did it whenever I could. And it took me, I think, like 3 weeks, because it was like I had a few days where I was able to do a lot, some days not as much. How long did it take you to do reach 50k? And also, what were your affirmations, if you don't mind sharing? My affirmations were, I'm a money magnet, money comes to me easily, it's easy for me to make money. Just kind of whatever I felt in the moment that just meant I was getting money. Is it okay to affirm for a certain amount of money? Yes, of course, guys. You can affirm for anything that you want. Anything at all. It's limitless. You can do whatever. If a certain number is what you really need or want, then go ahead with that. Or you can just kind of say for whatever. After you finish the 75k challenge, can you make another 75k challenge but with a specific amount of money? Guys, I think after the 75k challenge I am going to chill for a second on the challenges, because some days I have time to do a lot of affirmations and some days I don't, and that's gonna be around the holiday season, so I don't want to have pressure to do anything during that time. But eventually, yes, I will do a specific amount of money, if that's what y'all are interested in seeing. Okay, are affirmation loop tapes while sleeping only, no other affirmations outside of that, as effective as high quantity affirmations like 1k a day when awake? I've been doing them about self-concept when sleeping, but not when I'm awake, just to not overwhelm myself and quit. But I don't know if I notice much of a difference. Okay, so what I kind of feel like, honestly, if you feel like you're not seeing changes, then add more in. Go ahead and doing them during the day. I feel like that's a great thing to kind of see. If you can just get away with doing subliminals or just listening to affirmations at night, then, you know, do that. But if you are wanting something really fast or you just haven't seen any changes, then saturate the hell out of your mind, you know? Like, that's always the goal, is to, you know, change your subconscious beliefs. So if you feel like that subliminals or, you know, nighttime affirmations are not working well enough for you, then do it as much as you can. I do want to say though, even if you are doing subliminals or night affirmations, if you think about the subject, you should start affirming at that point, just to help change those beliefs. So if it comes into your mind, whether you are actively affirming or not, if it comes into your mind, you want to make sure you're thinking in relation to how you want it to show up in your world. Okay. Does anyone know any great affirmation counters? I usually don't use the app. I use my little clicker. I've shown y'all that in videos. I just got it off of Amazon. It's a tally counter, And that way I don't have to have my phone on there, because I find it really annoying to use my phone. You can also use those, I think, are they called mala beads? They're like meditation beads. And it has like a certain number of beads, and you just go around and you count your affirmations with that. Okay. Apart from affirming, did you also stay in a good mood, or did you let bad feelings wash over you? Does it affect manifestation? It's pretty impressive you got the couch sold with doubts, but you were feeling anxious during it. I literally put no emphasis. Whatever I'm feeling, I feel like I can't control. I'm a very sensitive person in that way. So if my partner's upset, I'm upset. If my friends are upset, I'm upset. If I watch something sad, I'm going to be sad for a while. Right now, I'm reading a kind of creepy book, so I'm more anxious than normal. You cannot let emotions and feelings dictate whether your manifestations come through or not, because most of the time, you're probably not going to be able to control your emotions the whole time. So I honestly do not even put any thought to how I'm feeling. I just keep my thoughts straight. Okay, so even though I was, when I'm talking about the couch or whatever, I did not sit there and like think, oh my gosh, like what if this couch doesn't get sold? I didn't really care that much. I was just kind of like, I remember thinking to myself, that was really dumb that I'm putting it up on a Friday instead of doing it like a week in advance, because I know this area is really bad at selling stuff. So that was one thought versus I probably affirmed, 10,000 times in that short space of time. Sorry guys, I'm so congested. So that one thought did not affect my manifestation at all, and it won't for you either. If you just have like a few sparse thoughts of like, oh, this is gonna be difficult, or I don't know if this is gonna work, and you immediately are like, no, it's gonna work, this is what's going on, it's not gonna matter what you're thinking or feeling. I mean, your thoughts, yes, matter, but the one isn't gonna matter, and whatever you're feeling doesn't matter. I've said before, I've gotten manifestations coming through even when I've been upset, crying, whatever. So do not give a shit about what you're feeling whatsoever, as long as you're keeping your thoughts in check. Okay. Do you find affirming while listening to a subliminal on the same topic more effective, or just affirming in silence? I like doing affirming while listening to a subliminal for when I'm really trying to get deep into it. It makes me feel like I'm in this meditative space. I don't think it's necessary though. You don't have to do that. I find it really a cool experience to do, because you kind of just get in this like almost like meditative state. That's what it legitimately feels like. It feels like you're hypnosing yourself when you do that. So I think that's really fun, but you do not have to do that. Do not feel like you have to at all. How many affirmations do you think for it to reach the subconscious mind and it's been saturated? There is no amount of number. I'm sorry, I can't really give you one. I know there's been other coaches that have kind of tried to lock it down, but I really think it's resistance based, because sometimes you can literally sit there and affirm something like 15 to 20 times, and you're just like, you kind of are like, okay, like, I'm tired of doing this. It either happens or it doesn't, and it immediately happens. And then there can be something that you affirm for weeks on, and you're like, I'm still not getting this, and it's resistance, and it depends on how many wavering thoughts you get. So to me, don't focus on the number. It doesn't freaking matter. You just keep going and going and going and pushing and pushing and pushing, and know that eventually your subconscious mind is going to accept it, but you got to keep pushing. What are your thoughts on using something like the Parrot app to have your affirmations play back to you rather than repeating it to yourself? I think of the Parrot app the same way I feel about Subliminals. If it works for you, that's great. And if it's something that you don't have a bunch of resistance to, it probably will work great. But if it's one of those things that you've tried to use the Parrot app in the past, or you tried to do this or that, I would just stick to affirmations, to visualizing, to scripting, and just knock it out, especially if you want to get something faster. What are your thoughts? Oh, I just read that one. What made manifestation click for you? Also, I think manifestation is basically pretending mentally until you see it in the 3D. That's what clicked for you. Let me think. What made it click? Honestly, I think that when I was doing a law of attraction, I would get manifestations. Even then, they just took a while, and it took a lot of work, I feel like. And I talked about this before, but I really just had a situation happen where I needed it to change. And I was like, I'm going to try this law of assumption. I'm going to try these affirmations, and I'm going to try it until it works, or until, until my life falls apart, basically. And I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and I was seeing no change, but I just kept, when I'm telling you, I was bawling every single day, just being like, no, I'm going to keep doing this, and then one day everything just switched out of nowhere. It was literally like, it was like a movie. Everything changed overnight, and I was like, it freaking works, and that's what changed it for me. Can I affirm while watching videos? Because all I do is watch YouTube, but nothing seems to work. If you're finding that it does not work while you are watching videos, then I would change that. You should at least be getting some period of time where you're just affirming, where you're just focusing on, what you're manifesting. That's a lot of negative beliefs you have, this person says. I don't know what negative beliefs I have. How do you deal with negative thoughts or self-doubt coming out of nowhere? Let me tell you, every single time the week before my period comes, it is the hardest week for me to have a positive mindset towards my manifestation. Every single time. It's like clockwork. I have a really bad mood swings with my periods. And I just honestly, I kind of roll my eyes at it. Like, I literally treat wavering thoughts like they're ridiculous. And I think that's what helps me the most. So, for example, it's that time of the month, and I've been thinking, oh my gosh, like, I'm getting so lazy with this. I haven't posted a video. And then I just sat there and I was like, I don't have to do anything, like, if I want this to be successful, then it will be successful, and that's how I kind of do everything. If I know that I am sitting there and affirming, to me, it doesn't matter if these thoughts pop up. I tell them to go the heck away. I tell myself those thoughts don't matter. Those aren't the real thoughts. This is what's happening, and you move on. I just wouldn't even focus on them. If they're coming out of nowhere, just literally act like they're ridiculous things, If I whisper affirm, will it work? Yes. Can I have some money? No. It's so funny though. How do you stay positive when your manifestation doesn't happen as quickly as you've hoped? I find that a lot of times things change so quickly. So, you're upset this one day because it's not coming. Know that the next day it could literally be there. I think a lot of times we stress ourselves out because we feel like it's gonna have to be this building process, but most of the time you don't even see the building process at all, and it just switches one day. So I totally understand feeling like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. But would you really be that upset if the very next day everything changed? Most likely no. So I literally just take it day by day and say, it's going to change, and it's going to change overnight. Here we go. Another TikTok shop question. Guys, don't worry, I will answer those. We're almost done. Okay, but lately, wait. How do you do the ads? It's another TikTok one. Okay, I think that's all of the questions actually. So I hope that helped you guys out. Sorry, I tried to make it really quick and to the point. Sorry I haven't been posting as much. This has been a really exciting day for me. I've had a really good day the last few days. So exciting things are coming in my life. So excited to share those once they happen. But I just want to remind you to persist, to affirm, and that's all you need to do. Okay, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. There's nothing that's holding you back. There's nothing out there trying to mess you up. It's all you. So if you feel like it's slow, affirm more. Okay, that's all I can say. Anyway, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye.